You can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. And so if you would like to listen to this in a still position, then feel free to take all the time you need to arrive there and allow yourself to fidget, adjust, move in whatever ways your body wants to move. Maybe some neck rolls feel good, or torso twists or side body bends. Maybe some cat-cow motions with the spine would feel good. But just not worrying about what your movements look like, but allowing your body to move you in the ways that intuitively feel good in your muscles, in your bones and joints. And if what feels best for you right now is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness whenever that feels like the right thing. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow your eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. And feel yourself coming into that still position if that's how you'd like to listen today. And just feeling that the spine is nice and straight in whatever position you are in. And you can mark your arrival into your practice today, into your body today, with a full, intentional, cleansing breath. As you take a long and slow inhale in through the nose, and see yourself filling up to every corner and edge of you as you just pause for a moment when you're full. And really just experience that sense of fullness as you slowly let all of that go. Again, through the nose. Exhaling bit by bit, and just gently pulling the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to just push that last bit of stagnant air out of you as you again pause for a moment to just experience that sense of emptiness and allow your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And so you can breathe just like this for as many rounds as it feels good and helpful to you. Letting your breath consciously slow down and just be exaggerated, whatever that means for you. So not worrying too much about the amount of time that you spend inhaling or pausing or exhaling, but just letting it be a little bit longer than you might normally. Exaggerated, whatever that means for you. And if you're in a place right now where you feel like you want to bring more energy into your body, maybe you're starting your day and feeling a little low, you can focus a little bit more on your inhale and really see if you can take extra sips of air and really fill yourself up with this new air today. And if you're in a place right now where you feel maybe a little too ramped up or you need to decompress or slow down, you can have your attention be a little bit more on your exhales and exhale a little bit longer than you might normally. And at any point, if you haven't already, you can just simply release this guidance over your breath altogether and allow your breath to return to its natural state, noticing any shifts in it so far. And just seeing if you can watch your body as it's breathing you, rather than having any direct impact over the rhythm or depth of your breath. But remembering that the breath is our one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. So playing with that control and guidance and then release of control as we begin today. And reminding yourself that you are capable of watching your body as it breathes you. You are capable of seeing your breath just as any other force of nature. If you imagine laying on the beach and watching the waves roll up along the shoreline, taking on that same energy you would have then. Not trying to change anything about the waves or how they come onto the shore, but simply watching as they do. Remembering how your body does breathe all on its own, even when you are deep in sleep. And it is safe for you to let go and simply watch. And maybe even feeling yourself like you're stepping back and up in your mind as you come into that role of the observer or the witness. And seeing if you can almost see a depiction of where you are in space right now, your body, your face, everything about yourself right in this moment. Seeing a depiction of that in your mind's eye, even with the eyes closed. Maybe just sensing where your body meets the air around you, where your body meets the surface beneath you. And just paying attention to just how big you are, how much space you take up. And with your attention resting on your face, noticing any expression that could be resting there. Noticing any emotions that could be communicated by the expression resting there. And just seeing if you can let go a little bit more in these tiny muscles that make up your face. Just allowing your jaw to hang into place. Allowing your nostrils to soften. Your lips and your chin. Feeling some more of a sense of release in your cheeks, your upper jaw and your ears, along with your eyelids. And all those tiny little muscles along your lash line that usually scrunch up when you squint, even feeling those soften as you just allow the corners of your eyes to get a little bit wider just by this release. Allowing the eyebrows to soften a little bit more and just feeling the full depth and width of your forehead as your hairline softens back slightly. And maybe almost feeling this sense like the muscles of your face are just hanging off of the bones slightly, ungripping from the bones and releasing back into the support of your skin. As you just feel an overall sense of trust with your own anatomy. Remembering that without any of your doing, everything will be held exactly where it needs to be. And it is safe for you to release control, for you to release tension, and simply watch. Remembering that this is not a thinking or doing process. But this is a process of listening, of feeling. And maybe in your world right now, maybe in your mind right now, what you're hearing is really loud. Maybe your mind is very active. Maybe it's wandering to the past, maybe thinking about anything at all that happened before this exact moment. Or maybe you're trying to multitask and plan for your future. And just know that the moment you recognize that the mind is wandering, either to the past or the future, that automatically brings you back into this present moment, where you're just watching the fact that your mind is thinking, or you're watching your body in the space you are in. And maybe there's a lot of sounds around you that you might feel are distracting. And if that's the case, you can just practice hearing the sounds around you as a reminder of this moment. Remembering that sounds will only ever exist in this exact moment. And whatever you are hearing right now is a really helpful anchor to bring you back to what is happening right now, rather than getting carried away with the things happening in our mind. Using our senses to bring us back to what is happening right now. And even if you're in a space right now that is very quiet, listening to that quiet. Noticing all the sounds that still exist even within silence. And letting some of your attention rest on your heart. And just feeling that unique rhythm that is beating right within your chest. And you can always place one or both hands on top of the heart to just encourage that feeling from the outside as well if you need it. And just reminding yourself of the gift that is this heart. How this exact heart has been pumping life into you from before you were even breathing air. And from the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. And this heart will continue to work hard for you to keep you alive for the rest of your life. Just remembering the gift that this is, and how there is nothing in particular you have done to earn this heart or to prove yourself worthy of it. But this is just a gift to you. And you do not need to prove yourself worthy of it. You do not need to earn any more love from the outside or maybe appreciation. But instead, you have this direct line of connection to the source that all of love comes from, all of life comes from. And so it would be impossible for you to earn any more of this love. But we will all forget this from time to time and operate from a stance where we feel we are lacking. But if you can notice when you are operating from this sense of lacking love or needing to earn more love. You can just let that be a cue to remind yourself that you already have a direct connection to the source of all love. And so you do not need to earn any more. And instead, what you can flip that to is going out and sharing the love that you already have. And you'll notice how that will naturally allow it to expand and awaken that same truth within the people you come in contact with. And the rhythm of your own heartbeat is another powerful anchor to bring you back to what is happening right now. And we will spend most of our days, wandering in our minds, as we should. We should evaluate the past. We should learn from our experiences. We should plan for the future. But we can intentionally do these things rather than having our mind just feel out of control and like it's just wandering without any of our direction or doing. And you can use these anchors to this moment to just be a little bit more intentional with yourself and your own life. You can remind yourself that your 5 senses will always exist in this present moment. Whatever you are hearing, seeing, feeling, smelling, tasting is happening right now. And what's happening right now does not need to be good or feel good, even when there is pain present in the body. Pain is an incredibly forceful and powerful anchor to this present moment. And sometimes the most pain that we feel, emotional pain that we feel or suffering, is our resistance to this moment, our resistance to whatever is happening. And of course, that resistance is strong when there is strong pain, whether it's physical or emotional or any other type of pain. But reminding yourself that you do not need to agree or like the present moment in order to experience it, in order to accept it. And the most suffering that we can feel internally is those constant thoughts or feelings like, I should be feeling something different. I should be somewhere different. I should anything else. All those shoulds. And if we catch ourselves speaking to ourselves in this way of, I should be grateful, I should be not in pain or whatever, we can remind ourselves that whatever we are feeling is exactly what we should be feeling, or else we would not be feeling it. And the only way that we move on from feelings is by feeling what is currently here and not pushing them down deeper inside of us, where your thoughts will just echo even louder, control you even more insidiously. But just allowing those painful, maybe scary thoughts or feelings to come as they do. And knowing that you are strong and you are capable of feeling hard things. And you will not drown, you will not be crushed, but you can allow any emotional release that needs to come. You can let yourself cry, you can let yourself punch a pillow or scream, and know that that is your release. And every storm runs out of rain. And this too shall pass. All of those cliches are very true and can be very helpful in the right moment. And sometimes what can be the most helpful thing to help us feel whatever we are feeling is just reminding ourselves that every single thing that we experience in this life is temporary. And even when it feels like this is the way you've always felt and the way you always will feel, that is not true, and it never will be true. And the only thing that we can all count on is that things change, especially feelings. Everything in life will change. And so you can allow yourself to be exactly where you are right now. You don't have to like it or agree with it, but you can just simply be there and release that resistance to where you are. And just trust that it will change. And it is possible for you to have acceptance with where you are and who you are right now, and at the same time have aspirations to be somewhere different. You do not need to disown everything about what's happening right now in order to change, like sometimes our mind will fool us of. We need to have a strong resistance to the things we don't like if we don't want those things in our life. But oftentimes what I find in my life is that the stronger I resist thoughts in my mind or feelings within me, the more insidiously they control me. And so just having a safe space and time, maybe right when you wake up or before you go to bed, to feel the things that you need to feel. Feel whatever it is that's presenting itself to you right now. No matter how hard those feelings might be. Know that this is what it means to be a human. We will feel hard things. And we will not break beneath those things. But we will just expand into an even bigger person with a greater capacity, with greater contrast of experiences. And if you imagine yourself just like our beautiful planet, if you see the planet Earth from outer space, it is this beautiful marble. And when looking down at it, you know that there is so much love and joy and happiness and connection that happens on this earth. And you also know that there is so much pain and war and hurt and suffering on the earth as well. And you know that the presence of all the pain and suffering does not negate the presence of all the love and joy in the world. And you are your own little world. You are the exact same way. And the presence of the pain and suffering that you've experienced does not negate the presence of all the love and joy. But you are capable of holding these opposing feelings. You are capable of holding the human experience, life. So I'm just going to read a short passage from Clarity and Connection by Young Pueblo. Just continue to feel whatever it is you are feeling and allow anything that feels like it resonates with you to soak in a little deeper. There may be times when you feel like a lot of what you've understood no longer makes sense. This might make you feel as though you have regressed, but it is actually a sign that you are opening new space for deeper wisdom and greater perception. When your previous understandings disintegrate, they are not always immediately replaced by better or deeper understandings. When you take your growth seriously, you will often find yourself in this in-between state. It is okay to live without clear answers. Growth is not about forcing understanding. It is about allowing it to grow organically. So you can just take the next few moments to allow all the words you've heard today to settle. And just trusting that anything you heard that felt helpful or resonated with you in some way. Trusting that that feeling can come when we hear on the outside what a part of us already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing those truths to be enhanced within you so you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition. And just have a deeper sense of trust with yourself and your own instincts. Trusting that you know what is best for you more than anyone else in this world. And you never have to give that power away to anyone else. You are your own greatest teacher. And so if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you feel your heart lift toward your thumbs and your thumbs press back toward your heart. And you can take a final deep and full breath into the body as you feel yourself filling up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. I'm just taking this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, and may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.